strawberry tea, eggs, and bread. And like I was saying about an hour ago when I started this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about building a schedule with AI and how I did it and how I think it can help other people's life. So basically, I was having a conversation with someone and I was just realizing like it didn't seem like there was a thing for me, like I tried all the routes. I did full-time retail out of high school. I did college. I graduated from college. Worked for a little bit. It just was like in the field. I don't know. I tried trades. I did the trades. I worked demolition. I tried everything, and it just didn't seem like there was like a pathway for me. And I was like, you know what? Let me just brainstorm something with AI. So I go to AI, and I was trying to like ask like how do you find, like where do I go from here? I don't know what to like, you know. First you need to know who you are, right? And it's not like the simple question like, yeah, I'm this old, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I like to play soccer. It's not that simple, right? So what do you love doing? Ask yourself what do you love doing and be like as honest because you're answering just for yourself, right? What do I love doing? Right? What are my strengths? What am I good at? What do people come to me for? You know? What do people often say like, oh, he or she is good at that. Go, they can help you with that? What values are important to you? You know? What do you feel very strongly about? Something that like if someone doesn't really feel the same as you, you're like, And what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What do you want to be remembered as? What do you want to be known as? What do you want your kids to know about you or or even your parents, like what do you want people to know about you? And as I slowly, like, don't rush to answer them, like sit on them, think about them, you know. As I slowly like answered them, I kind of understood what it is that I wanted to do. And then I started building a schedule towards it with AI because the thing with AI is because it's so unbiased. Like it will tell you because you review your schedules, right? Like day by day or week by week, 'cause everybody's different. It will tell you like Tuesday, August 13, that you were lacking. You have to be better that day. Like that can't be happening if you actually want to achieve these goals. And to be honest, my whole life I would stay up late at night and like sleep 4 hours, act like whatever. But that's a serious problem. Like you don't even feel the effect until it's time to actually, do follow a serious schedule. And now you have to wake up, meditate, and go sprinting, not even go for a run, like go sprint training before walking to the gym. But off 3 hours of sleep, it's just not happening. Like and then you have to go to work after too, right? So it's not. So I honestly, like literally within the first 3 days of building the schedule, I smartened my sleep schedule up just like that. Like I had to do, you know, for the greater good. So that was already a benefit of it. So yeah, AI is the way it's unbiased is a huge benefit, and the way can I share my screen right now? If I now sharing my screen, so I'm gonna record this too. So if I ask I don't know, I want to be a content creator who talks about schedule. This is just a blueprint, right? This is just a blueprint. This is all just a blueprint, Because a lot of people like nowadays we like especially in like the guy talks, man, like sports kills, right? Like you sit down with your buddies around a table around a fire and you're sports. You go on Twitter, you tweet sports. People would kill for this stuff, but nobody knows how or what to do, and everybody just ignores it and follows the pathway that they were told to follow. I want to be like, I don't remember the word right now, but I want to be like the marker for people starting to follow their hearts, you know? Like the word just came and left. But I want to be like the marker, that reminds you, that makes you remember like I need to follow what's in here, you know? I'm seeing so many people like take 5, 6 years and 4 year university programs because they don't want to be there at all. I'm seeing people drop out only using AI for their assignment, you know. People graduate school and just go work in the trades. Like nobody seems to be doing what they want to do. They're just doing what they're told. They're doing the easiest thing to stay away from headaches or confrontation. You know, as long as the bills are paid, it doesn't matter what else happens. Like, it's very, very scary. And I want to be like the marker that makes a difference, that changes the tides, you know? So, this is just an example, right? I love tennis. I'm personally not interested in being someone that a tennis analyst or anything like that, but it's just an example. So, at 7:30 a.m. they give you a morning routine. Like for starters, I'm a big fan of this type of stuff because even during my morning routine, I'm not allowed to touch my phone until I come back from my walk in the morning. And then even then, I'm still not really touching it. Like I just like if I have to respond to like my mom's text or something, I'm still not gonna go on it because I'll wake up and I gotta do 25 push-ups right away, right? And then meditate and go for a walk. And 3 days out of the week, when I go for that walk, I sprint as well. And the other days, I replace sprinting with other stuff like playing tennis against the wall or playing soccer against the wall. Just like light, keep the energy high, but keep the focus. Like tennis, you're trying to hit the ball in the right spot of the racket. It comes back to you, not like you hit it, you have to run and you want it to come back to you. So it's a lot of focus. It keeps you like zoned in. Same thing with soccer, you know to me, like tennis and playing sports, like by myself, that's like another form of meditation for me because you're just focused on one thing. Like, I need to hit it this way so it comes right back to me, you know? And that's why I'm a big fan of light workouts and stretching right when you wake up because it wakes you up a little bit, which is nice, but it keeps you away from, your mind. You stay in your body, away from your phone, away from staying in bed, away from the couch. Love it. Breakfast while scanning tennis headlines. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, if you want to be a tennis analyst, you definitely would have to, know what's going on in the ATP, the WTA, the challenger scene, the college scene, whatever. Obviously, social media will help you a lot with that too, right? Reddit, Twitter, Tennis TV. And then it basically shows you like it maps out like a good day for you, and people literally will say, like, I want to do this, I don't know how, but they won't even go find out how. This does like hard work for you. When I say hard work, it's not actually hard work. We made it hard. We made that hard in this generation because it's not actually hard. If you want to do something, to figure out how to do it isn't hard. The hard part is to do it day two onwards because anybody could do anything in the first day. Oh, I love this, whatever. And the next day they wake up, it's like, oh my God. Because they already feel good from doing it the first day. The dopamine, they're good. They just wanted the dopamine. They didn't want to do it. They wanted you to think that they're doing it. But this is a good day. So research and storyboarding. You see the tournaments that are going on, especially if there's any marquee matchups. You try to think of like a good title to make people click on, whatever. 10 a.m. you start writing your scripts for TikTok, short form content, try to find some key information that maybe a lot of people aren't talking about, you know. Then you start filming, take lunch break, whatever you eat, edit, post your stuff, you know. Then 6 p.m. you start watching, it's all just, of course, I wouldn't recommend a 7:30 a.m. until 11 p.m. schedule just on that, if you're starting from like, you got to have some source of income, you know? Like if this is a source of income, okay, but I think money has to be coming in, you know? And I'm also a believer that you'll be more productive being stuck in a 9 to 5, for example, or like with a full school load semester because you're in the life that you want to escape. When you're in the life that you want to escape, you're so much more like, I gotta get out of here. You know, when you're not in that life and you're trying to make it, like you're a little like more relaxed and stuff, which honestly is not a good thing at all. So keep that in mind. I think, you should be grinding out this stuff, 100% grind it out, but like at the exact same time, be grinding in the life that you hate. So you'll feel like you'll have to get there 100 times faster, stronger, 100 times stronger, 100 times harder. But either way, remember that's just a blueprint, right? So the thing is, then I went, can you want to see if this is similar to how mine went? Yeah. Okay. Similar because I not really, but similar in a way because the majority of the changes during my days are what I'm hitting at the gym or what type of learning I'm doing, but it's the same thing because I think every single day doing the exact same thing, some people are just gonna, like not. I like to do a little bit of different things. Obviously the gym, yeah, of course, but what I mean is like if I'm sprinting on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, I don't know how long I'm going to be a sprinter for. But if I'm only sprinting Monday and Thursday and Sunday, you know, and then Tuesday and Friday, I'm hitting the ball off the wall with a tennis racket, and Wednesday and Saturday, I'm reading outside, though I'm just trying to, that is just like a period for like bettering myself. It has nothing to do with anything else. That is just like a bettering myself for like enjoyable, 30 minutes. That 30-minute part of my day, just like enjoy, bettering, positive. It's nothing like specific. So they split up your days, whatever, and then you get a journal or what you get a journal or you just write down anywhere on your notes app, it doesn't even matter, and you get a schedule and Monday this is what I'm doing because it's not like, oh, I might do this, I might do that. No, 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 Monday this is what I'm doing. Monday, I'm waking up. I'm looking for the new tennis news. I'm making notes of some big stories, and then I'm writing a script and I'm filming. That's Monday. And then after I eat, I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna post it, and that's my Monday, right? Tuesday, I'm talking specifically about a specific player, a little bit of a deep dive into his life, but mainly into the tennis aspect, of course, whatever. Then I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna script, film, post it, and then I'm gonna go to the gym, and that's my Tuesday. When you have a choice to do something, you're not gonna do it. Not with this. With this in your life, you are not gonna do nothing if you have a choice. So you can't give yourself a choice. At the end of the day, you go through your whole week, whatever. What I like to do at the end of my day is what did I achieve today? What can I do better tomorrow? Right? And then you wake up and it's a new day. And you know what okay, so today I had 2 hours 47 screen time. Tomorrow we're gonna go for under 2 hours. Boom. Then give yourself one little goal for tomorrow. Little goal. It's separate from the schedule. I just made that screen time up. I don't know what the heck I had, but that is like the whole thing. So you write it down, you track it, and what some people even do at the end of the week is they like review their week with AI, so AI can tell you like that day, no, maybe the schedule's not working for you actually. Let's try to change this, you know? And I'm only a week in with this new schedule, so I'm gonna continuously update you guys. But so far it's been good. And then I think every 2 weeks is when I'm gonna do some reviews and then see if I have to change this or that. And one thing that I've been thinking about is when the weather starts getting a little colder, I'm gonna have to do some adjusting, but we'll figure that out when that comes. And another thing that I wanted to mention too is I don't have my coffee until 2 hours minimum after I wake up. Because number one, I will not rely on anything to give me energy. And number two, I don't want my brain chemistry altered before I complete like whatever tasks I have to complete. And even number three, I feel like once I'm up and do the 25 push-ups, I don't need coffee anymore. You know, like I get in my body, boom, 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 boom. That wakes me up. And if even if it didn't, I'm about to meditate and then hit outside. So there's no need for the sun about to wake me up. You know, when you wake up, your body is producing so much cortisol that like it's waking you up, waking you up, waking you up, waking you up. You drink the coffee, you pause that, you know, or you kill that. I don't even know what it does exactly, but either way, that cortisol stops. Then the caffeine is your energy. Then the caffeine wears out, and 2 p.m. and you're no, that cannot happen to me. So I would recommend that. I didn't even talk about that with AI. That was just a personal thing that I did. I try to stay away from anything that can alter my brain chemistry until all my tasks are done. Also, I don't want to rely on anything to for energy or for happiness or whatever, just my life, you know. And yeah, so that would be this guy's week, you know. And then it even gives you like a little bit of this, which is kind of cool. But I think the best part about it is that you don't have to tell anybody what's going on in your life. So you're not going to get the dopamine of telling someone, like, yeah, I'm starting a new YouTube channel, or, you know, you get that dopamine of telling someone. They tell you, oh, that's such a good idea, whatever. Your brain thinks that you did it already because of the dopamine it received. There's like a 80% chance you're not doing it now. There's like a 80% chance you're not doing it now. But that's one thing that I like. Two, I like how unbiased and how cold it can be, you know, because I really don't need someone telling me like, oh, you just relaxed today? Okay, that's okay. No, like everybody needs a rest day. No. I'm 22 years old. I'm not tired, bro. I don't need a rest, you know? Like I was sick the other day and I followed my schedule to the best of my ability. I wasn't like I had a cold or nothing. I ate something that was bad that was supposed to be thrown out and I didn't know. And I was just back and forth to the bathroom, to the bathroom, to the bathroom. So I tried to follow my schedule to the best of my ability without going too far from home or a bathroom. And someone's telling me like, oh, you know, maybe you just needed a rest day. It's Tuesday. It's not like I had a long week, you know, like I'm okay. We gotta keep this going, you know, but AI would have I don't need the warmth right now. The warmness. So, you know, I need the cold like killer in my corner to keep me, you know, 10 toes. So I've been rambling, you know, 18 minutes in, that is crazy. I've been rambling. Um, I think everybody should give it a try though, you know. Obviously, I'm not telling nobody to just run away from their life right now, but try to figure out a balance with your work life or with your school life or work, school, and dream life, you know? Figure out who you are, figure out who you want to be, what you want to be remembered for, and start working towards it whenever you get the chance, you know? Stop consuming on your free time and start creating. Every day I write down in my journal, create, create, create. So stop consuming and start creating because we weren't put here to consume, you know? We were put here to create. God's the greatest creator and we're all the embodiment of him. So that means we were all put here to create. Anyway, love you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get off your phone. Take care.